All right, we are recording. Hi guys. I hope you had the time to go through the free masterclass that I recorded a few days back, maybe last week, I think. And if you haven't checked it out, the link is on the pinned messages in Telegram. You can find there. It's on the YouTube channel. It's on the YouTube, basically a YouTube link. You can go and watch it. And people who watched it, they said that they got really good value from it. So today we are starting the paid mastermind. Basically, I made an offer at the end of the masterclass for people who want to sign up for paid mastermind. It's a very unique offer. You can go and check it. So for today, I just want to let me share my screen. So what I want to do is go through very briefly what I will be discussing with the paid mastermind group. So you get an idea, you don't miss out. Of course, you will not get all the details, but I'll try to cover and give useful information as much as possible so that you can get value from it and implement it. Actionable steps, basically. So if you attended the free masterclass, you will know that the blueprint is the Upwork Booster blueprint is the way 3-step process for setting up your profile and for attracting high paid clients from Upwork, right? I just want to show this really quickly, quick case study if you may. And it just happened last week. It's really interesting because it exactly shows what this framework can do, right? So you can see this job was posted 8 days ago, and if you know me, what I do is I provide translation, transcription, and subtitling. That's my expertise. And even though it's an agency profile, like I set it up as an agency profile, but just can get an idea. You can forget the agency aspect of it, but this is what I provide, right? Translation, transcription, subtitles. So it's a direct match. And just want to highlight a few things. As you can see, the budget for the client was $75, and there were nearly 50 plus applications. That's like 50 plus freelancers trying to get the job. And you can see the budgets ranging, right? From $5, someone has quoted $5, and someone has quoted up to $150. Now let's look at what really happened. This is my profile. This is my proposal, basically, and I set it up in a specific format to attract the clients. We'll go into the depths of this in the paid mastermind. I think this is very, very crucial. As you can see, I write very few words, but I make them really effective so that the client, it stands out to the client. I think that's the key. And the beautiful thing I want to show you is, look at his first message. That's the proposal, and that's the first message. And what was the title of the masterclass, right? The title of the masterclass was how to attract long-term high-paying clients by sending less proposals. This is how you do that. There's nothing happening, no negotiation, no questions asked. Didn't ask me how long I will take. He didn't. Just so you know, guys, I'm not trying to boast or anything. Just sharing what this framework can do. That's the place I'm coming from. If it comes across other ways, just want to make sure you understand where I'm coming from. Just sharing a case study here, nothing else. And you can see that was his first message, right? He said, you got the job. That's it. And the second thing, he already increased the price. I didn't ask. Even though he quoted 75 in his job post, he already increased by himself. And then I had just simple chat with him, explain what I will do, and then I asked for a rise. That's like 5 times or more than 5 times from what he has quoted. And if you see, there's no objection. The right next message was, sure, perfect, let's do it. And I got the job. As simple as that. Do you see how effective it is? You're not chasing clients. You're not sending hundreds of proposals. You just put yourself in front of Your ideal client, he sees the value in you and he's already convinced. I didn't do anything. All that is done in the proposal and in how I set up my profile. That's it. Getting the job is the easy part actually. Once you set up your profile the right way, that's where we'll be spending most of the time in the paid mastermind. And I will also try to share as much as possible for the community so that you guys can learn actionable steps, right? So that said, this is what I will be going through, the exact same information. I'm not hiding anything. This is what I will be going through the paid mastermind. Difference, of course, is in the details, and I will be hand guiding them, helping them customize to their own profiles and helping them each step of the way, right? Of course, that's what they pay for. But still, you guys join the community. I respect that. And as I said, I want to give as much value as possible for free so that you see where I'm coming from and you can start taking steps to improve your profile. So the main goal is for the profile upgrade is to create an attractive profile that stands out to your ideal client and hooks them in. That's the important part, right? You're not chasing, you're attracting. You just hook them in, and that's the key. And some of the key points that I would like you to consider, so as a thought experiment, like look at your profile and just think through 3 things and try to see how you can improve your profile. That's how you can improve. Clients spend less than 1 minute looking at your profile. I am a client on Upwork. I'm also a client. I have a client profile. I work with hundreds of freelancers and I don't spend more than 30 seconds looking at a profile. That's sad, but that's the truth. If you're not aware or not considering that when you're setting up your profile or sending a proposal, you're already wasting your time because there's no chance of getting the job. Take it from me. Because the client sends less than 1 minute. And as you can see, in average, each job easily gets more than 50 plus proposals. So that's the probability. The good thing about that is most of the proposals are kind of the freelancers don't know how to project or present themselves. So it's most of them is rubbish and very few are good proposals, right? So if you know how to make a good proposal, how to set up a good profile, you're already ahead of the crowd. And that's the most important part. And the second thing I want you to think about is the only thing the client is thinking is, can this person get the job done? That's it, nothing else. If your profile, when they look at your profile, they get the answer yes, they will talk to you. So you need to set your profile in a way that they feel that you can do their job, right? And your profile should have an evidence for that, for showing your expertise in maybe in terms of testimonials or in the form of portfolio or your experience, whatever, work experience, right? And this is the most, I think this is where many freelancers confuse, and people who are new on Upwork, they're just trying to get job. They forget that they try to get any client or as many clients as possible. This may sound counterintuitive, but that's not the best way to approach, because not every client is your ideal client. And it's really important to drive this home, because this really helps you to optimize your time and your connects, because they cost money, and your energy and how you go about uh, delivering your best quality service, right? Because that's the goal, that's the final goal, delivering the best quality service to the client, give them what they seek. Your profile is not just about what you can do, it's more about what the client wants to see. So you need to really look at it from the client's eyes, what they're seeking, what kind of skills they're seeking, what kind of tools they want you to use. So you need to highlight those things. You shouldn't be writing stories about you, how long you have been doing video editing. Nobody cares about that. They just want to know whether you can do the job. They don't want to know how long have you been doing, right? So it comes down to this: know yourself. What I mean by that is not being philosophical, but what I mean by that is, like, you need to know what your skills are, what is your expertise, what you're good at, what tools do you use, what softwares you can use, and you need to mention them in your profile, not just knowing them. You need to, the client should know that, right? So you should mention that in your profile. And you need to know your ideal client. This is the most important step in this phase of the mastermind, defining your ideal client. When you do this, right, this is where you attract clients. You're not chasing clients. You define your client. You say, this is the kind of client I want to work with, and this is the kind of requirements my ideal client will have. These are the tools he will be looking for. These are the services he'll be looking for. And you set up your profile for that specific client. Full stop. And you forget the rest of them because they are not your ideal clients. You don't have to get the whole market because you don't have the time, honestly, to do your best service, right? You just need to get a share of your market, share of the market, but be consistent and make sure you get the best paying share of the market. That's it. So basically, just think about this and try to answer it. Who needs my services? What are they looking for? What do they value? Are they looking for cheap job? Are they looking for quality? What I like in my ideal client? Do you want them to do you want them to be chasing you the whole day in the weekends, or you want them to be cool as a good human, basically treating you like a good human and giving you the time, giving you enough money and resources to get the job done? So that's the priority there. And we will go into the depths of this in the paid mastermind, but just to understand, you don't have to invent these things. They are already there. There are already top rated freelancers, rising talents on Upwork. Basically, we can just look at their profile and see what they're doing different or what they're doing right, how they're setting up the title, how they're setting up the description, what kind of story are they trying to say from their profile, what kind of skills they are highlighting, what kind of experiences they have, what is the portfolio they're sharing. All these things, the small little things, they make a really big difference, right? They make a big impact. So you can go through profiles in your expertise who are experts, who have a top rated account, and you can look at their profile and try to understand what story they are trying to tell. That's the important part. You don't copy paste their profile, because then you are not unique, right? You just try to understand from where they're coming, what they're projecting, and see how you can adapt it to your profile. And the other aspect of it is looking at the job post, basically looking at the keywords, what kind of keywords the clients are using, and how does your ideal job post look like. Try to find your ideal job post and try to tune the profile for that job post, and what kind of requirements they have, what kind of tools, basically all these details. I don't have the time to go into the details of it, but I think you understand, right? It's not about what you think, it's about what the client thinks. So it's more about what the client wants to see, right? And this part, I think we'll go, maybe we don't have time for in today's session for the paid class mastermind. Maybe for the next session, just so you get an idea. We continuously improve our profile. I keep editing my profile at least every 3 or 4 months, because my services are changing, my mindset is changing, the kind of my availability is changing, the kind of clients I work with is changing. So I keep updating my profile, and it really affects, like the hourly rates, all these things. I fine tune them so that I attract the kind of clients I want. So basically, it's a review, you revise, you keep improving your profile, and add more quality experiences or portfolio display items to your profile, right? And this is the underlining key framework, right, to think about. Your profile should tell one story, and that story should be targeted at your ideal client, and should not be confusing the client, basically, right? Because there are different sections in your profile which you can leverage for free to highlight that story. But if you're not sure what is your story, or if you're not clear on what you want to project or present to the client, you will be just confusing them, and that's the short way to not get hired, right? I hope that makes sense. And yeah, just think about it. And just, if you're watching the recording, just pause and look at your profile and try to think from this direction and see how you can adapt your profile. Hope that makes sense. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for your time. And that's all for today. Thank you. I appreciate you.